Hello people, welcome back to my channel. Before the video starts, I just wanted to hop on and say a couple of things. Yes, I am in my car. It was kind of last minute that I was like, I'm just gonna do this, and I don't really have anywhere better to record. First of all, I just wanted to say thank you guys so much for the support and positive comments that I got in my D&D video. I spent many hours on that, and so it just means a lot that you guys are liking it as much as I enjoyed making it. It just makes me so happy to see how much you guys are enjoying it when, again, I enjoyed making it so much, and I'm not doing it for any like school project and I mean clearly not for money. Like, so it just makes it that much better where it's like I'm gonna do it anyway. Truly, it means a lot to me. Thank you guys so much. It was just so exciting to see that other people enjoyed it. Second, some of you guys may have noticed that my channel went from Kayla Creates to It's Kayla, I guess. I feel like it just reflects what I want to do a little bit better. My main thing a couple years ago was speed paints, but since I've started doing these sit down videos, I realized that I enjoy them a lot more, and so I decided to just kind of like rebrand a little bit. I don't know if I'm going to do speed paints on this channel anymore. I will still keep posting my art on Instagram, but honestly it'll just come a lot less because I'm really busy. I haven't even made anything in like a year, but I just enjoy the kind of like sit down in front of the camera and talk style video a lot more, so I've just decided to switch to mainly that. Let me know what you guys want to see, what you want to see me talk about. I don't really know if it like matters that I mention this or not because I only have like 100 subscribers and a good amount of them I bet are like friends and family, so I'm like, maybe nobody cares, but I thought that I'd mention it anyway. Also, the last couple of videos were recorded before I like changed my name, so that's why I still say, hey, welcome back to Kayla Creates. But anyway, third thing is I'm getting married on July 27th. Obviously, I'm super excited, and I would love to do a couple like Q&As or, you know, like relationship questions maybe. We did do long distance for a couple years, so I'm like, maybe that would be interesting. I just don't know if it's going to actually spark enough interest that I'm going to get any questions. So, I mean, let me know if that's something that you want. Let me know if I should make a post where you guys can drop questions about that. I'm just not sure if it'll actually turn out to be anything that I can make a video on. Just let me know what you want to see. Once again, thank you guys so much. It really does mean a lot that other people are enjoying what I enjoy. That's all I had to say. Back to the video. Hello people, welcome back to Kayla Creates. I'm Kayla, and today I'm going to be reacting to Mermaids, The Body Found. This was a mockumentary, emphasis on the M, mockumentary, from Animal Planet and Discovery Channel. It came out in 2012, and at that age, I was definitely old enough to I probably should have figured out that it was a mockumentary. I think part of the reason that I believed it was because I was so obsessed with mermaids. I was like, I need this to be real, and I was like willing to believe anything. So I'm sure some of you watching this are definitely going to be familiar, but if you're not, Mermaids, The Body Found was, again, a mockumentary. It was so bad because there was like barely any disclaimer there, right? This mockumentary took real life facts that we all know to be true, we all know like have happened or whatever, like the bloop, for example. That's where all of this hinges on. That is a real recording, but there were not other voices in it, and of course I didn't know that because I hadn't even heard of the bloop before this came out. Anyway, we're just gonna play it. I did have to purchase it on YouTube. I almost cried when I found out that it wasn't still on there for free. Also, I probably should have said this like right at the very beginning, but this is a get ready with me. I'm gonna be doing my makeup. Please don't criticize my makeup techniques because I'm not actually that good. Anyway, let's just get started, man.
In 1997, scientists from NOAA recorded a sound in the deep Pacific. It's thought to be organic in nature and has never been identified. It's called the bloop.
Okay, so that part is true. They don't actually know exactly what caused it. Some people think it was just a phenomenon. Some people think that it was like an undiscovered creature. So that's also like, see what I mean? Like, it's not obviously fake. They mix in all these real facts with other fake facts. I kind of want to cry thinking about the sheer grip this mockumentary had on me as a child. I can't believe myself.
In the early 2000s, it was proved that the Navy beached whales while testing sonar weapons. For years, the Navy denied that they were responsible for these beachings. These are facts.
Washington State, April 4th, 2004. Cited the largest mass whale beaching in United States history. A Seattle-based research team from the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration is quickly on the scene to investigate the cause of the mass beaching. Heading the research was respected marine biologist Dr. Brian McCormick.
My name's Paul Robertson. I was a research assistant with Dr. McCormick, working at NOAA for several years by then.
I'm Rebecca Davis. I was a field biologist at NOAA. I was working in the Marine Mammals Division before I joined Dr. McCormick's lab in 1999. Blood was visible coming from the ears. We had never seen that before.
After the Navy left, we went down to where they'd been working, and none of the animals had been cut open. They hadn't been autopsied.
This part I also didn't understand. Like, I just knew that, like, they were scientists investigating, like, mermaid bodies. Oh yeah, the Navy's there, cool, they're, like, helping, right? But no, it's like a whole conspiracy.
It is believed the loud sound of the Navy's sonar scared the whales into the shallows where they stranded themselves.
When we looked at the samples, we expected to see evidence of trauma. What we were not prepared for was the extent. The internal organs hadn't collapsed. What we were seeing was consistent with blunt force trauma. Brian had an immediate theory: infrasound. Very powerful, ultra low frequency sound waves that could theoretically be weaponized and potentially be used to devastating effect. Those slides showed evidence of catastrophic impact injury that we believed was caused by a new kind of Navy sonar, a sonic blast that did more than just scare whales into the shallows. This sonar seemed to kill them.
Well, Brian realized that we didn't need the tissue to test our theory. NOAA has these arrays that record audio. We know it was likely that we had recorded the whole event.
Oh, this part, oh my gosh, I was like so freaked out by this part.
Then there was what we now understand to be the priming of the sonar weapon. There was another sound on the recording, an animal call, and we realized that this was a bloop signature, the same creature that NOAA had recorded back in 1997.
This part where they show the crazy part of the bloop that like made them investigate into mermaids, it like gave me chills. I was like, that's so crazy, it's so cool.
I've seen the footage that was supposedly taken in Beaufort. I don't know if that particular video is real or not.
Oh yeah, it's like deep voice right here. Because he wanted his identity to be concealed, you know?
Wo wir am Aufwachsen waren, haben wir öfter so Geschichten gehört, komische Geschichten, auf was Leute in Fischen gefunden haben. Ne? Da haben wir gesehen, tote Fische. Fische mit Speeren in den Seiten.
Ancient spears found in fish. Yeah, the only things that come up is like the mermaid stuff.
Vom Walfischen für meinen Sohn. Auf denselben Trip, wo wir die Netze da rausbrachten. In einem Netz, da war was, hat sich so komisch bewegt und als wenn es so rausklettern wollte. Und ich bin ganz schnell gegangen, ich habe meine Kamera geholt und ich habe das Bild genommen. Ich glaube, hier ist was die Speere macht. Ich glaube, wir stören hier jemand's Fischgebiet.
This part, and he's like, they pulled out a picture. And again, now looking back, it definitely looks fake. It's like, I just didn't really understand how easily things could be photoshopped and how realistic you could make them look. Oh, you know what? I forgot to do concealer and color corrector. It's okay, I look flawless anyway.
We listened to and analyzed this recording, I don't know how many times, and we made comparisons with whales and dolphins. But this thing, to our ears, sounded much more intricate, much more advanced.
My name is Dr. Rodney Webster. I'm currently at the University of South Florida. I specialize in animal communications.
Oh yeah, and this guy, obviously they're all actors, but to me he just seemed so genuine. You know, he just seemed like, I don't know, Good actor, honestly.
I then slowed the recording down into the range of human hearing. Here it is at 1/3 of its original speed.
I know I keep saying like this part, this part, this part, but I'm telling you, this scene right here, I was like, that's genius. Like, I would have never thought to do that. And it sounds like creepy too. Like, I don't know, just these sounds, thinking that they could be real, like it just gave me chills. Like, it was just, oh my gosh. Hi, my camera just died. So this is the view you're gonna get for the rest of the video. I'm sorry. I'm not a full-time YouTuber, so I can't afford fancy cameras that don't do this to me. Subscribe and then maybe I can. Also, this is my pet shark. He's not a stuffed animal, he's a real shark. His name is Lancer. If you know, you know. I thought I'd bring him on camera for a little bit longer because it's pretty on theme, don't you think?
At least half dozen individual voice prints. So what you see here is language.
This part where he pauses, obviously, now that I know that they're all actors, he definitely forgot the lines. But when I first watched this, I was like, wow, he's just so into his job. He just like got lost in thought. Wow, what a good scientist.
The theory was this was a new species of dolphin, but there's another theory we should have considered sooner, the aquatic ape theory.
Oh yes, the aquatic ape theory. This is how they explain the possibility that mermaids could be real, because obviously they're like very human, they're half human, they're mermaids, and so they're like, well, we gotta make up an explanation as to why that could be.
Compared to our closest relatives, the apes, we have a much more flexible spine, and we have partial webbing between our fingers and toes that they don't have.
Oh, and that was the other thing. I was like, look at these things. Look. I think I have more webbing than normal between my thumb and my forefinger. Maybe I'm like just supposed to be a part mermaid, you know? Here they're just trying to explain how we are related to marine life and why that could be. Oh my gosh, I forgot how the apes looked. Dude, that is so freaky and weird looking. Oh my gosh.
It is even thought our ability to walk fully upright first evolved here, wading in the shallows where food was easily found.
Okay, yeah, that's not true. It's because for like finding food, carrying things, so.
We detailed every stranding that followed the Washington State event, trying to establish a pattern of naval involvement.
Dude, the way they're building up this conspiracy, I know that this was a problem too because this made a lot of people conspiracy theorists. I'm not saying I trust the government, I'm just saying to make up conspiracies against the government such as this based only on this Animal Planet documentary is that you haven't even done any research on, because if you did, you would probably fairly easily figure out that it was fake. I'm like, why are y'all building your conspiracies like off of this, you know?
My name is Dr. Gavin Dittmar. We had an underwater array just about a kilometer off the tip of Cape Town. And this was part of a research program to monitor whale populations at certain times of the year. That's why we contacted Dr. McCormick. We now believed that we had found the same thing.
And this time, there was dolphin chatter on the recording. But here, there was communication, back and forth communication between our blue creatures and the dolphins.
Okay, so this part's a little graphic, so I'm not going to be able to show it. I don't really want to show it. The doctor that they just met, he's like, hey, I have like physical evidence for you. So they're going to the dock where this guy has caught a shark. It's not alive anymore, and so it's a little, you know, there's some red juice there. And he's like, it's not the shock, it's what's in the shock.
It's not the shock, it's what's in the shock.
So now they're looking in the shark, and they're like, oh yeah, normal stuff for a shark. But
it was a mess. There were other body parts too. We had no idea what we were looking at. I found a stingray barb inside. This could have come from a stingray defending itself. Sharks eat stingrays. Hammerheads do, tigers do. But not great whites.
Great white sharks eat stingrays. Shut up. Dang, oh my gosh. Okay, that needs to be blended, but the rest of it looks actually pretty good. Okay, this part is also pretty graphic, but they're now investigating what they found in the shark, and there's like a bunch of stuff that they're like, what the frick is this? So that's what's happening. Stop. The animation was this bad? I remember it being a little bit better than this. Dang. I'm sorry, I'm almost crying. Like, this looks so bad.
Their ancestors slept in trees. They now swim through them.
And that quote, I just remember hearing it. I was like, that's so beautiful and profound. Why is it going so fast? Okay, whatever.
We were looking at the scans the wrong way. We were looking at them this way, when in fact what we had to do is rotate them. That is when it became clear that this creature once walked on 2 legs.
They like couldn't figure it out, and they're like, oh, I'm sorry, that's so funny. They're just like, we're looking at them all wrong. We couldn't figure it out. We just had to. Sorry, it's just so ridiculous. Oh, and this part. Oh my heck.
Hands. They were hands.
So dramatic, and I was like, wow. She must have been so shocked in that moment. Like, I just can't believe what that would have been like for her. Like, how incredible. Oh yeah, by the way, the brushes that my sisters have are mermaid scales. Isn't that so fitting? Maybe it was a blessing in disguise that I forgot my own brushes, because mine don't have this. That shot right there, I like drew that up close, and I was like, wow, this is like beautiful artwork. I did so well on this. And I brought it to all my friends at school, and I was like, this is what they looked like. They weren't pretty, but they were real. Oh yeah, and the freaking megalodon too, this part.
1.5 million years ago, the creatures would have confronted the greatest monster to ever rule the seas.
I remember my brother went through a period where he was obsessed with the idea of megalodon, like a huge shark, and like, yeah, that's pretty cool. Dude, oh my gosh, it's so bad. This was 2012. Oh my gosh, it's this part already. This part, just as a kid, this part I was like, wow, I'm so sorry for that mermaid. Why did he slice himself so close to the rest of the pod? Like, couldn't he have swam away and given them a little bit? Because, like, yeah, they're swimming away now, but he couldn't have given them a little bit more distance. Okay, that is kind of sad, but I just don't know why as a kid I was like, that is so noble of him. I'm so sorry for his family. Even if this was supposed to be a real documentary, that part's fake. Like, that part's recreated.
The concave shape in the front of the skull indicated that it had a melon, a specialized mass of fatty tissue that enables dolphins and other whales to echolocate. We now had no doubt that this was the animal that had made the bloop.
This is like the huge reveal. It's like in the movies where they figure out the villain's plan and it's like, oh my gosh, he's planning to destroy the city. This is that. I don't know how to explain it, but it's the same thing.
And what we were looking at was a mermaid.
It's so dramatic. I cannot. They're like, how could we have gone this long without knowing that mermaids existed? And they're like, well, we did know that mermaids existed, actually, because look at all these ancient cultured thingies of them, like all these ancient paintings and, you know, all that jazz. They're like, we did know. There's just no scientific evidence.
Where did you get this from?
The police confiscated everything. All the lab tests, all of the files, the skull reconstruction we brought back, and they took the body.
Ah, so that's their story about why they don't have the body anymore, is because, you know, the government doesn't want that. So now they don't have evidence that it ever existed, because they don't have because the government, you know?
Because the government!
So I don't know if noise has always been something that's triggering for me. I don't mean triggering always as like sending into a panic attack. Triggering good feelings too, you know? I don't know if that's more of a recent development as I've gotten older or what, but I've always been into music, and I think that's why the recordings were like hit me so hard. Like, My heck. Oh my gosh, it's the miracle of birth. Wait, how did she even do that? Wait a minute, just hold on. Okay, so she just swimming around. Is this like how you cope with the labor pains or something? As a mermaid, you just...
The feeling was like something out of Orwell. This was Big Brother. They were rewriting history, basically writing this creature out of existence.
See, and that's just another point that you can add to the argument that, like, these people are just, like, trying to inspire conspiracies in everyone, because a lot of people think that eventually 1984 will be our reality, and here are these people, and they're like, this is Big Brother. They're rewriting history. Y'all don't know about this because we are living in 1984, and it's just like, bro. Oh my gosh. I remember recreating this drawing as well. I drew like the exact same thing pretty much, and I just thought it looked so much better than the kids in the thing, obviously. I was like, that is what they look like, y'all. And I brought it to my aunt's house because my cousins were babysitting. My aunt was looking at it and she was like, there's no way. And I was like, you're just dumb. There is a way. It's right here. This is real. And if you're watching this, I'm sorry. You were right. They're playing the video. Oh my gosh. Okay. I need to pause really quick here and say a couple years ago, I was having a sleepover with my friend and we stayed up until like 3-4 a.m. watching, hear me out, we were watching Shane Dawson Conspiracies. I'm sure he'd been canceled like at least 3 times by this point, but this was before that, like, we knew any of that. We weren't really into like the drama aspect. We were just like, let's look at conspiracy theories. And Shane Dawson has a video where he mentions this, and I remember playing this video and I forgot like how it was the middle of the night, but I forgot how scary it was. I remember we like had tears in our eyes because it just like the jump scare was so bad. I don't know why it was so bad, but it was. Okay, we're okay. I don't know why I got so scared there. Oh, wait a minute. How did I never notice that? Stop! He like, it literally bursts up and he's just like...
Mermaids have persisted only because they can hide. And I hope they stay that way. I hope they stay hidden. I don't want to hunt them anymore because they don't want to be found.
Okay, so he's saying, like, I don't want them to be found. I hope they stay hidden because that's the only way we're gonna not kill them off. Why is he participating in a whole documentary about it?
There are a few places left on Earth where wild dolphins will hunt with fishermen. They'll actually help humans catch fish. They're calling them. They call in the dolphins, wild dolphins, from the sea. And the dolphins answer the call by driving in schools of fish toward shore. And nobody knows how it began.
Probably because dolphins are very intelligent and humans kept fishing and it started that way. Just a thought. Just a thought. I'm no scientist.
We are not the only culture with a memory of mermaids.
Is that it? Shut up. Is that over? Is that literally how they're gonna end it? I swear there was more. That was such a strange, sudden ending. And of course I'm still not done with my makeup. This was the other thing that was really, like, weird, is because the actor who played the real guy, he went and did an interview and they showed him the Fiji mermaid that P.T. Barnum displayed in the circus. Okay, so it looks like it's Mermaids, the New Evidence, which is basically like the part 2. The sequel. So I'm not going to react to that tonight. I'm just going to give my overall thoughts on the mockumentary. I just cannot believe I believed it. I remember my cousin came over. I was telling her about it And she was like, Kayla, there's no way. She said, if something like this was actually discovered, the government would tell us about it. And I was like, no, they wouldn't, because this and this and this, they don't want us to know. They want it, you know, whatever. And I was like, it explains that in the mockumentary. I was wrong for saying that the government wouldn't tell us simply because of what was presented in the mockumentary, but I also don't know if she was right thinking that the government would tell us about that. I went up and talked to my mom when I went to grab my makeup wipe for my eyebrows. She was like, I honestly believed it too, like it was convincing. She didn't really look into it that much. But my dad, he was pretty skeptical. I think my mom also just wanted to let me believe. I'm kind of glad she did, honestly. Those were good times. I remember when she found out that it was fake, obviously she told me. She was sitting on the couch watching the TV and she was like, Kayla, it's not real. And I was like heartbroken. I was like, how could they lie to us, man? What's wrong with them? I became the self-proclaimed expert on this. I wasn't even like allowed to really be on the internet at all during that time. I didn't like Google anything. It didn't even come to my mind of like doing my own research. I was just like, I'll just take this for its word. Obviously I do my research now, okay? Also, the video that I'm doing this makeup for is going to be my D&D video. So if you haven't seen that, then go watch that one. I will have it on an iCard and the end screen. Alright everyone, this is the finished look. Isn't it fancy? I did something a little bit different today, and that just means that I put my eyeshadow underneath my eye instead, which is really nothing fancy, but it is for me because I'm really basic with makeup. I can't do it. So that is going to be it. If you like this video, please like. I am going to go record that D&D video now. It'll probably take me another hour. Stay safe and stay healthy, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.